Welcome into yet another edition of NBC 16 Sports Talk. Erin Slindy is back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Back and married. You're
back,
about to be married soon.
I'm almost there. We're still empty, but we purchased the rings the other day, so things are moving along. I'm financially committed now.
There you go.
Government's not involved yet, but that'll come soon.
Yeah, you'll get that done.
But let's talk about what the people want to hear. Oregon football also coming soon. That'll happen a little bit before my wedding, so I'll get to one more Autzen game as a single man. Big Ten, I almost said Pac-12. Big Ten Media Day going on in Las Vegas right now. Oregon stole the spotlight last year with the Big Duck arriving at Media Days when they announced their presence in the Big Ten. But now they're there as reigning champs.
Yeah.
They're a whole new personnel. What did you see in Dan Lanning's press conference yesterday?
Yeah, well, in Big Ten Media Days, a lot of the coaches take the time to, thank their support staff, thank the athletic director, thank the president. It's kind of like their PR time to kind of do and fill up as much of the 15 minutes that they're allotted. Actually, PJ Fleck, the Minnesota coach, literally filled up the entire 15 minutes just with his opening statement. So I guess that's one way to do it and not have to answer as many questions.
Media savvy, we call that.
Yes, but very fitting that Big Ten Media Days were in Las Vegas. Dan Lanning said that the main theme of the team this year is doubling down. And I don't know if you played a little blackjack or not.
A smidge.
A little bit, but doubling down essentially means, for those of you who don't gamble or have not played blackjack, but when you see your hand, you're feeling really confident about it, you can double your bet and for a chance to, win.
So they showed their hand in 2024.
Exactly.
Ran through the field, beat Ohio State at Autzen.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that second game they played against Ohio State. But doubling down on the massive success.
Yeah, first year in the Big Ten champs. They're feeling good, and they're trusting if they do the same process, they're going to have the same result, win the Big Ten again this year. But also, like Dan Lanning said, too, new cast of characters this year. We got players like Dante Moore that are stepping into new roles, but also players like Kenyon Sadiq that are going to have to step up in the absence of Terrence Ferguson and Patrick Herbert that we're going to get to see a lot more this season. So really exciting, kind of just getting the fans and the media like us excited for the season.
It's one of the things I love most about college sports, college football specifically too, is you'll see, like Kenyon Sadiq you talked about, you'll see this kind of coming of age moment happen late in the year where, oh goodness, who's this guy? What's going on? We have Ferguson, we know he's good, but then he leaves, and so you kind of get to see who the heir apparent is.
Yeah.
You get a little taste towards the end of the season. You see him start coming together, the snap count starts to increase, the target share starts to increase, and then you see them blossom into their own. Expectations high for the tight end room.
Yes, and especially I would say his breakout game was in the Big Ten championship game. So we knew coming into the season that he was really going to be, a crucial receiver in that position room as well. But it was funny, Dan Lanning, when asked about him, he said that for the first time over break, he played college football 26. And he said, obviously playing as Oregon, he said Kenyon Sadiq went off. So he's literally basing his, he's like, we got to tell the quarterbacks that we got to get the ball to Sadiq because he had success in the college football 26.
He's an 86 overall or whatever.
College football 26 knows anything. They know that Kenyon Sadiq is going to have a lot of success this year.
We'll put their ratings guys to the test here in the next couple weeks. But I also wanted to focus on the quarterback room because it's been one of flux over the past few years. A lot of transfers, senior, graduate transfers coming in, playing a year, maybe two, and then they're on their way up to the NFL. Maybe it's the transfer era, transfer portal era, so I don't know how long, but Dante Moore is something that a lot of fans hanging on to the hope that maybe we find something that'll have a little staying power in the quarterback room.
Yeah, and when asked about Dante Moore, I got to say, Dan Lanning is king of metaphors. He said this great quote, great one-liner. He said, in a microwave society, Dante Moore has had to be like a slow cooker. Like he's had to, a full slow-cooked meal. Like in his experience at Oregon, he had to sit back, knew that he wanted to and needed to really sit back and watch Dylan Gabriel, learn from the veteran, be able to fine-tune his craft in preparation for the season. And for someone especially young in this age of college football where you got NIL, you got Spotlight, you got social media, like for someone to be able to decide that is the right path for me and what I need to do, he said was incredibly mature of him. And just seeing him mature and prepare for this new role, Dan Lanning has been really impressed. But again, to, Austin Novosad, another top quarterback in that class, both have redshirted a year, both have played a little bit, so it is still a competition. But I can tell you, too, they got two talented quarterbacks in that room. They also got Luke Moga, which also another talented quarterback. So I got to say, like, even though, you know, Dante is the projected starter,
sure,
it's one of those things where, you know,
don't be surprised.
You never know when things could change, and I guarantee you that every single quarterback in that room has taken summer and will take fall camp as if they are going to play in that starting role, because you never know what could happen. You have injuries, players like Evan Stewart that are projected to be out for the season. That'll be another big room too that will need some players to step up, is the wide receiver room after, you know, graduating Ted
Stewart
Johnson.
was doing that sort of thing where he was coming on late at the end of the year, everyone's excited about, and then the unfortunate reality of football or all sports is that those injuries pop up and you can lose a year just like that. But hopefully, in this microwave society, we're cooking up some nice pulled pork or something.
Cooking it up.
Because that late season payoff is what the fans around Oregon have been waiting for. Regular season success, we've had tons of it here.
Yeah.
Big games in conference championships, we've had tons of them here. It's that national championship payoff that they're looking for. So in this, again, I love that metaphor. Microwave society, let's be a slow cooker program here at Oregon.
Yeah, I know. We're just so excited, you know, for the season. We got fall camp for both Oregon and Oregon State happening next week. So we'll have all of your coverage right here on NBC 16. But
Montana State just a few weeks away.
Yeah.
Not far.
Crazy to think that it's already
just
here.
over a month.
We're excited for it. And I know that we'll get to talk to the players, all of the players, really next Monday. So it'll be great to catch up with some players, see where they're at, and see how much they've improved, you know, since that tough Rose Bowl.
We don't talk about that. Enough of that here. We're cutting it off. Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of NBC 16 Sports Talk. As Slindy said, we'll have tons more to talk about after players get to chat next week. So tune in then, and we'll revisit Oregon football.